Hi, and welcome back to Sewing for My Sanity. I'm so excited to share with you my little treasures from my tiny trip to Paris, France. As you all know, Paris is one of the fashion capitals of the world. There are so many delightful fashionista things you can get there. But of course, for me, the highlight of my trip was shopping in the fashion district in Montmartre. Now, I may have said all of that incorrectly because, as you know, I'm a US American who speaks English. I don't speak French. So if I say anything incorrectly in French in this video, please just pardon, just a little bit of grace. So you can't bring everything back on your trip, but you can bring pieces. And of course, the pieces that I choose to bring back are always fabric. So I have 9 pieces that I want to share with you today, and I'm going to show you sort of how I go about shopping in this very large fabric heaven. So it's very easy to get overwhelmed when you travel to a place like this. Many fashion districts have just a plethora of fabrics, and if you start shopping without some kind of list or some kind of method, you're going to get lost in the journey. So prior to traveling on this trip, I had about 12 patterns that I was looking for fabric for. And of course, my local fabric store does have some of those things, but I wanted some different pieces that especially reminded me of my trip. I didn't find fabric for all of those patterns, and I will share those with you on the blog in the next couple of weeks, but I did find fabric for most of the things that I needed. So let's get started. My 9 pieces fortunately include this little jewel. Now this is, I know you're going to say, what in the world is this? This is a piece of suede. So as you are shopping, you can actually buy scraps of leather, scraps of suede, scraps of fur, all sorts of things. So it's sort of like this fuchsia. And, you know, as I was getting it cut, my friend says to me, "Are you gonna make a skirt out of that?" Okay, I need you all to see how much of this I bought. Okay, so it's not a lot of fabric. It's just enough to do what I think it should do, which is the accent on a welt pocket. It can be the accent of a cuff or a collar. And so I'm going to use this piece this winter as an accent. I haven't quite figured out the pattern yet, but I definitely wanted to share with you some of the very small jewels you can bring back. Just for reference, this very small piece was discounted. You'll see stickers like this when you shop in Paris, and it'll say something like super promo or cute. It looks like coupon in our language. That's the deal. And it was originally 37 euros, and I got this small piece for about 18 euros, which was a very good deal for what I'm going to do with it. So a little pink suede. Now, if you all have been following me on my blog, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know that 24/7, 365, 7 days a week, your girl wears knit. Yes, I love knit fabric, so it is going to be absolutely impossible for me to go to Paris and not come back with something knit. So I was shopping at Marche Saint Pierre. As you all know, this thing is huge. It's about 6 stories high. They have wall-to-wall fabric. There's not a piece of the store that does not have some kind of fabric. And there's also fabric lining the outside of the store. I went in there for silk because I know that this place has rolls and rolls and rolls of silk, and I purchased silk there before. But as I was headed to that floor, I found something fantastic. Yes, I'm a print girl. I love prints. Check this out. Abstract, kind of wintry, kind of gives you that wintry feel. It's very colorful. It's got the dark in there, so you can match a black shoe with it. You can do a black necklace or rose gold and really make this cute. So for me, I love dresses and I love knit, and so this hit all of my buttons. So I love it, love it, love it. This is one of those fabrics we have to talk about though, because and I've talked about this before on the blog. You have to be careful. The inside is not printed, so it's not like on Cara, in which, you know, the back and the front you can almost get mixed up. So you got to be careful that as you sew, and we'll talk about this some more, but that you don't stretch it, because you will start to see the white come through on the underside. But this fabric is fantastic for winter, because you know it's going to keep you nice and warm. Maybe not so great for winter, but beautiful, beautiful jewel with great drape. Okay, let's move on. So, you know, as I'm traveling, I'm always, my eyes get me into so much trouble, because as I'm going through fabrics, my eyes picking up on things. I was actually looking for a sequined overlay to make a dress out of. As you all know, I love overlays. Last year I did a green overlay, a simplicity pattern that, oh my goodness, I did for my anniversary, and it is beautiful. But that kind of got me on this journey to using overlays, because it's sort of like optical illusion. So I was looking for sequins. Again, Paris, France is a wonderful place if you want to pick up things like bridal ornaments or bridal overlays, but they also have really great just everyday overlays. So as I was fishing through the sequins, I didn't find what I was looking for, but this little jewel, I messed around and touched it. Now, if you are a person who sews, you may be very tactile. I happen to be very tactile. So as I start shopping, I usually start grazing my hand across fabrics. I usually start touching things and trying to see how things feel. No one wants to wear something that makes them feel bad, either in color, in texture, or in shape, or on your skin, or something that's itchy. No one wants to wear that. This beauty happened to be on a roll, and I happened to touch it. This is what we call, it's not an overlay. It could be used as an overlay, but this is what we call a burnout fabric. So you may not be able to appreciate this, but it has just a little bit of what I would call iridescence. So as you are looking at it, you get this very interesting optical illusion. It is very, very sheer. So you obviously are not going to make something out of this without something underneath, some kind of lining, something to hide your undergarments and such, something to make it decent. However, when I touch a garment, if I immediately can think of what it is now mine. So when I touched it and then I saw the little shimmer, I immediately thought, this is a shirt. So it's going to become a shirt. And remember my last video, you all maybe need to go back to that one. I have two favorite t-shirt patterns. One of them is McCall's 8112 and the other one's 8160. So let's do this. McCall's 8160 is a dress. Don't look at the dress, okay? Look at this t-shirt. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make the t-shirt, and I know you're thinking, but hey, Shantae, you can see through it. Yes, you can. But what we're gonna do is put a new tank underneath, and then we're gonna pair it with jeans and white sneakers, and it's gonna be gorgeous. So, and the beauty of that is you can wear it to work with a blazer, or you can wear it on the weekends to hang out with friends when you can be a little less formal. But anyway, it's Burnout. This is a Burnout, and it almost, to me, this looks and feels like coral from the ocean. So I immediately thought it belongs in my collection. Iridescent coral, beautiful, beautiful drape. So there you go. Beautiful t-shirt, right? Okay, let's move on to some other things. And again, you know, I love knits, so I had to pick up some knits. And I love color. And this guy hit all of those buttons. I have a lot of strings from my trip. Again, it's a knit. Knits are extremely versatile. And I think if you live in a warmer climate, you can wear knits 24/7. You can wear them all year long. If you choose a good knit, like a cotton knit, if you are living in a cooler climate, so if you're living in New England, if you're living in Canada, or if you're living in a place where it's cooler, you may want to consider things like polyester knits, because those keep you very, very warm. At any rate, I think it's hard to find 100% cotton knits. usually you're going to find that a knit is mixed with another fiber. So you're going to get a cotton knit mixed with rayon or jersey or polyester. This to me is a jewel. This is one of the jewels I picked up. This is 100% cotton. It's 100% cotton. And it's beautiful. It looks like fun to me. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, that looks like fun. It looks like the weekend. It looks like it looks like the pattern's already doing a lot of the work for me. And it has a one-way to it. So the pattern, you could turn it where the dot stripes or the splatter is this way, or you could turn it where it's this way. But 100% cotton knits to me are very valuable. And so this one was also on sale. And I'm not going to try to say this name, but I will definitely put the link in the description. But I only paid 11.50 euros for this. So this was also to me a very good deal, and I got about 2 yards, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna move on. More knits. Now, you can't go to Paris and not see, well, it depends on where you stay really, but you're gonna see some graffiti, and you're gonna see some art and some things that maybe look like just different kind of subway arts and things like that. And so this fabric is a knit. It's a polyester knit, and it very much reminds me of being in New York City, actually, or being in Chicago, or being in one of those bigger cities. It's sort of urban, I would say, very urban, very graffitied knit. It has, I wouldn't say this has a 4-way stretch, but it does have a good amount of stretch to it, one way. This is really kind of cute. Now, again, it's got that white on the underside, so we're going to be very careful when we start making something with it. What we're not going to do is do something that stretches it a lot, because you will start to distort the image and the quality of what you're making. Just have to make sure you cut the right size. But this is a really cute dress. It could be really cute leggings. It could be a really cute winter top. It is polyester knit, so for me in my warmer climate, I'm not gonna make something that I would wear in the summertime because it would stick to me. But this is super cute and something I felt like, I'm only gonna get there. So I bought quite a few yards of this. I think I got 3 yards, or okay, let me correct myself. When you're there, they're gonna say meters. How many meters would you like? 3 meters and 3 yards are about the same to me. I don't fiddle faddle with that. And I actually got this piece for 18 euro. So that's, again, a very good deal. 3 yards for 18 euro. Okay, now let's get into some of the finer fabrics. So, you know, polyesters we can get just about anywhere. Cotton we can get just about anywhere, you know. But these are what I call the jewels. This is where I'm usually spending a little bit more money. Usually we're not doing 18 euros per 3 yards. We're going to spend a little bit more, but this is because these are our finer fabrics and our finer fibers. So this next piece is, I couldn't walk away without it. I got 1.5 yards of it. It's actually made in Italy, purchased in Paris, France, and it's 100% silk. They have so many silks there. If you are a silk lover, this is most definitely a place you should go. If for nothing else, jump off the plane, shop for 2 days, get back on the plane, and go wherever you're gonna go if you just want silk. But this it's kind of got an abstract print. As you all have already figured out, I really like print. You can always pair it with the solid. So I like that I'm sort of brown, and it would pick up, you know, this fabric is gonna pick up my brown tone. But if you're not brown, let's say you're a lighter complexion, check that out. Look at that. It's also going to pick up just about anybody's complexion. So I love this piece so much. It is clearly going to become a blouse because I couldn't afford enough of it to make a dress. So it's a blouse, but it's really cute. It's blue and brown and abstract and 100% silk, just a jewel. Okay, so remember I told you I have about 12 patterns that I will be sewing this fall. And I was able to pick up fabric for 3 of those 12 while I was there. And I want to show those to you, especially because this is where the dreams happen, right? Okay, I love this pattern. This is Simplicity 9825, and it is absolutely on par with what is happening in fashion now. It is an oversized jacket. You will see almost this exact same jacket sold at H&M, and it's going to be in polyester. It's going to be in a polyester or cotton or blend. And you see how you see this one with the leather accent or pleather. I could very easily, remember that piece that I showed you, I could very easily make this and add the lapel, add this little piece to it, the suede. That would be very cute. But I have another idea. Oversized blazer, very now. I purchased 2 yards of 100% wool. One of my favorite fabric shops there, I'm going to say it wrong, but I'm literally going to put it in the comments down below. I promise I will. I will put wool and the name of this shop. I just don't want to butcher the language. But at any rate, this is 100% wool. And I was able to purchase 2 yards of it. I think I paid $75 per yard, 75 euro per yard. So, I mean, that's about what you would pay for a wool. You would pay actually more than that here. For a Brooks Brothers jacket, you're going to pay on the order of 450 or more dollars for a blazer. So I felt like that was a good deal. You may not be able to see this pattern, but there is a very distinct pattern there that really caught my eye. So it's almost menswear-ish, but I think the way to make this more feminine is with your jewelry or your shoes or your handbag. But I think it will pull off this look very, very well. And to have 100% wool blazer in your collection is, you maybe only need 1 or 2 of those, a blue and a black. And so I'm going to make it my business to make this pattern. And I most definitely will post a review. Simplicity 9825. Very good. Okay, we are stacking up the fabric. We're coming down to the last 2 and my favorites of the bunch. So Vogue is really doing the thing this fall. I'm like loving all of their patterns. And Vogue 1973 is just such a cutie. I mean, it is a classic top any chick can pull off. I'm telling you, anybody, y'all. Vogue 1973, the little pussycat bow. It's so cute. It's adorable. It's got the little tie there. And it's, you know, it says that it's an average pattern. I don't think it's average. It's probably easy. But as soon as I saw this fabric, I most definitely was like, oh, I know exactly what that's going to be. So this is also silk. And this brings me to the point that silk can feel and look like different things. So be careful that, you know, you buy the silk that you like. But this has a pattern. Again, I love patterns. I have enough solids in my closet, so why not? The challenge with this is going to be, let's do this, to match it up very much the way the Vogue Pattern Company did. As you see in the front, your eye doesn't say, oh, that doesn't match. So my challenge, and I love challenges, is to make sure that the little wavy things in this pattern really do match up to look nice. But there you go, Vogue 1973. I love it. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm so happy to show you the very last pattern and the very last piece of fabric. So again, I live in a warm climate, but when I have to wear a coat, I want it to be cute. I want it to be really, really, really cute. So McCall's 8438 has this really like cool, it's got this just kind of wraparound, which is cool. This, you know, basically kind of wrap looking coat. But then it's got this interesting stand-up collar that I think makes the pattern a lot more interesting. I don't know that I would do a short sleeve coat. I'm not sure how I would pull that off as a shorter lady, but I probably could pull off A, or I could pull off B made short like A. So finding enough coating is always a challenge. And I found this from Marche Saint Pierre, and it is what we call a wool poly elastane blend. So it's wool and polyelastane. So it's royal blue, which I love. I just love this so much. But I had to buy it in 2 pieces. So I had to buy 3 yards broken up into 1.5 and 1.5, which will probably work for me because I'm short and I end up cutting off a lot of it anyway. But this will for sure keep you warm. But because it is wool and polyelastane, it doesn't wrinkle, and you can also wash it. So we'll talk about, in a future video, I'll tell you all about pre-washing and how that works and why you should do it. But for something like this, you're gonna be able to wash it, wear it, and not be able to dry clean it. And that is, you have no ideas. When you make something and it's wool or it's silk and you have to pre-dry clean it and then always dry clean it, that cost gets to, add up. So to find this was a jewel. I paid 18 euro per 18 euro per 1.5 meters. So I paid about $36 or 36 euro for 3 meters or 3 yards. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are feeling like you got a little taste of Paris, France. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers and all of you who have been following me, liking, and subscribing. Please keep doing so. And as always, get out of this place so we can both go sew.